I use a writing tool called Ulysses for a lot of my drafting. So I just wanted to show you what that looks like and also what a really rough version, the very first version of a long form article or blog post will look like. So scroll back up. This is one of the topics that I identified in my research. A lot of freelance writers were asking about freelance writer contracts. Um, I would then go to a site called Answer the Public, and I would plug in this keyword, run a search, and what Answer the Public does is gives you other versions or alternates, even other related topics that can make up different sections in your article. So, for example, I might talk about um, uh, what a work for hire contract is and give freelance writers advice about whether they're doing a work for hire or whether they're doing a copyright contract. Um, I could talk about whether or not a grant writer would have a different contract than a blog writer. So I can use this Answer the Public info to come up with other sections in the blog post that I might not have thought about otherwise. Then down here, you'll see here's where I pasted in some of the actual topics that were on forums. So should I sign a non-compete? I could have a long section about that. Uh, you know, Freelance contract throwing me for a loop. That's a good one because it actually suggests that contracts are a big pain point. There are people who are looking for sample freelance contract templates. That would be a great header in my blog post because that might get me a little bit of attention from Google. But you can go down and see that there are lots and lots of forum posts about um, legal agreements, about contracts, about client service agreements, that sort of thing. How do you avoid getting sued? How do you cover your butt? um, so once you finish with the research process, you may end up having something that looks like this, 10 to 12 of these that all have a different core topic. So here's what it looks like. Eventually, this will become a thorough, very deep, maybe even very long flagship blog post that I will use to build trust and gain leverage and um, eventually sell products. Thanks.